Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 3 of the second season of the co-op season, co-op series. Even my name is Ninas Lukins, and this is the very first time that you'll be hearing my voice before my very good friend and co-op teammate KPTK92, also known as Kerry. Hello, Kerry.
Hi Neil. Hello
Hello.
everyone. This is going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? So it
It is.
makes a nice change for me not to be the first voice that everyone listens to.
He's been moaning at me at this for absolutely ages, and my justification was a very good one, and that was that Kerry is going on Kerry's channel. It's not going on my YouTube channel, so Kerry should introduce it because it's his subscribers and his followers, his fans that we're trying to entertain. But however, this has now changed. As for this season, I've decided I'm going to pull my finger out, get some video editing software, and I'm going to package it all up in the same way that Kerry does, and I'll upload my point of view with his little point of view in the bottom corner on my channel as well. So obviously you guys will know that by now because you will have seen Australia and Malaysia, but I hadn't decided to do that until after those two races. So here we go. So for the first time I'm introducing it because some of my followers, I mean, yeah, if I've got any followers left, because I haven't uploaded any videos for about 2 years. But there you go, such is life. So yes, let's crack on with the with this race, shall we? So we're at China, and as you can see outside, it's tipping down, which we had in Malaysia as well. So I predict this to be shit, personally. I don't know about you, Kerry.
I don't know. It went okay last time out. The rain definitely was a factor in the last race, particularly with the AI and their pace. So yeah, we started from the back like normal, and we were I was challenging for the lead after the first round of pit stops, or the first pit stop. The drivers were losing like 3 seconds through turn 1 at Malaysia, which is very strange. We're hoping that
pretty low, if you ask me. But
we're hoping that it's not the case here, but the track kind of has similar characteristics to Malaysia, a similar kind of layout. So I'm not expecting them to be that fast around here. So hopefully we can capitalise on that early and get some good points again. I've had a strong first 2 races. As you can see, I had a teammate challenge. Raced nil in both of them already. 1 podium, my favour as well, and I'm also ahead of him in the points, as well as everyone else for that matter.
It's already, well, not everything else, because we are drawing on the fastest laps, but that probably won't last long. But yeah, it's very quickly looking like I'm going to have to get the Mark Neville sponsored teammate challenge shout out. Get that out and running again as from season 1, because it's not going very well for me at the moment. I've just had a quick look actually at the race strategy, and there's no stops, which is weird because there was at least one in Malaysia, wasn't there? Which was very interesting. Anyway, right, we're yabbing a bit. Let's quickly do the grid because Alonso's got himself on pole with Hamilton, and then Vettel, Rosberg, Webber. So the usual protagonists, you could say. Massa 6th, and then the 2 Lotus drivers, Hulkenberg, the OP man, the overpowered man, as we are nicknaming him for this season's in P9. And then what takes our fancy down here? Nothing particularly. It all looks pretty normal, apart from the fact that Chilton's beaten Van der Garde, which is, I mean, Van der Garde must have, had one hand chopped off to be able to be slower than Max Chilton. And then there's the 2 heroes at the back of the grid. So yeah, so enough yabbing, shall we?
Let's get going.
So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this. I'm not really particularly good in the rain on any track, but I think I proved at Malaysia that I wasn't really that good. And as you've already mentioned, China is a very similar track in terms of like the types of corners. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I can't believe, by the way, that we're going to be able to go through this without stopping. But in Malaysia, we definitely had to stop once because the tyres just fell away so quickly.
Well, I had a quick look at the tyre life of the tyres, and they reckon they can do 22 laps. Oh my god, risky.
What's risky?
Got to turn notifications off. Oh, like a pro.
I haven't done that, so hold on.
Like a pro. Yeah, I saw someone come online and thought, I'm going to get that out of the way.
Wow, I still have no idea how to start.
I don't want to keep it tight here because it's going to be slow. Peak.
Yeah, just going super careful around here. Oh, I'm in neutral. Oh, I was in neutral for most of that corner. Right, Bianchi, you're going far too slow, mate. Get out of the way. Oh, lick me out. Illegal overtake. And we're back in last. Excellent. Dive bomb!
Oh my god, that was such a casual braking manoeuvre as well. And gained about 3 places though.
I gained 1 place with that dive bomb. And Chilton even
understeer all the way through there.
Chilton is minus a front wing already, so well done him. Ooh, miles wide. Come back.
Around the outside. The understeer is awful. Grosjean's going really slow.
Oh, I'm not on the throttle at all. What's going on?
Oh, wow. I like how the AI are more aggressive, but when they think they've got the right, well, when they are on the racing line, they think they have right away, even though I'm up the inside. Grosjean gave me no respect there through that series of corners.
Right, so this is a very likely outcome, but I'm either being a retard, or, well, no, actually, I'm just being a retard. So I just can't get a throttle down at all.
Don't brake normally at the hairpin there, because it's.
So I figured it out. Got at the inside of Bianchi. Oh, I'm in neutral again!
Sorry for that retard outburst by Neil, because that's offensive to retards.
Well, I think that means that you took offence then. The
banter just never stops.
I'm a funny guy.
Stay tuned, it's going to get...
Where are you? You're P14. Oh my word. This is not going well.
Well, bad news. They don't drop 3 seconds through turn 1 like they did at Malaysia.
This is true.
But they're very, very early on the brakes, so... in some of the heavy braking zones around the circuit, so...
Oh my god. So there are several things that happen to me in a moment. One of them is that I can't really hear my games. My TV's on too quiet, so when I next get on the straight, I think I'm going to have to address that. And let's try and stay on the track as well while we go through this monologue. And the other thing is, the last game that I played, last racing game that I played, was Forza Motorsport 4, and we were doing the DTMs. We were driving the German touring cars, and it was the first time that I drove those cars without traction control. So I was being super sensitive with my right finger on that trigger. And as a result, I think I'm being far too sensitive on this game. So I'm just not accelerating out of corners at all. Right, let's turn the volume up so I can hear what's going on. Excellent.
Bit of a scrap going on ahead, which has allowed me to close up on these 4. Now I can't see a thing again. Full Senior is holding everyone up, so that's 2 places gained at least.
Wow, I'm doing so bad.
We're in the points. I didn't have a chance to have a peek at Alonso's fastest lap there, so...
1:47.5 it was.
Okay, I was some distance off there, so... Got a bit of clean air this lap. Let's see if we can catch this hill.
Oh my god. Why can't races be dry? I'm much less shit in the dry.
Language.
I'm sure you've sworn before, so whatever. Oh, it's an easy. Too busy looking at my phone and not on the track.
checking his phone to see what time it is. It's time to get down and score points. Come on, Neil, what are you doing?
Yeah, no chance of scoring points. Can't even get past the bloody cater rooms.
Tyre life at the moment, 3 laps in, there's a light shade of yellow on the rears. So we're just going to have to monitor that and see how it goes, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lap times are not too bad.
Right, that's 2 cater rooms done in 1 corner.
Can't get the power down out of there. They're good through there.
We can't let this guy hold us up much longer.
They're not good through there though, so I'll keep that in the memory bank for next lap.
So I take it that nice little train I now need to catch up with, you are in front of, yes?
No, I'm about 3 seconds clear of that.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
In which case, yes.
Yes.
I thought you meant I was heading that. I'm not that slow.
No, I said ahead of, not exactly like the top of.
I don't understand your accent.
Oh. Let's go and get a vajazzle, mate, right?
No DRS. That's a feat. That's what they need to bring into F1. DRS in the wet. Yeah. That'll be exciting. That'll bring some excitement back.
It'll probably kill a few men, to be honest, but, you know. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, they're pretty poor in the braking zones, particularly at the hairpin at the end of the straight and at the turn 4 or 5, I can't even remember the corner names.
There is some debris. That's good news for me.
Yeah, make sure you don't lose your wing, because obviously no pit stops anticipated. Oh, grass. A little bit.
Right, depress me. What's your fastest lap?
48.0, so... I like how you started making noises as soon as I said 48.
Yeah.
What are you on?
To be fair, when you said the 4, I hung myself.
So what, you're like 52 or something stupid?
52 flat.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How could I guess that? I'm so good.
Oh, straight on. See you later, guys.
Neil's off the Bahrain.
Yeah. At least to be bloody dry there.
Oh, I don't know. Don't say that.
Tell you what, if it's wet in Bahrain, I will introduce every single race for the rest of the season. How's that?
That sounds good. Oh, and now the 2 laps later, I've looked at the tyres, and maybe they don't look so healthy anymore. Oh, no, straight on at the hairpin. One thing I am concerned about, being a McLaren driver, is that strategically they're mental.
Yeah, particularly at this track, but when it's wet.
Yeah, they've got history here. I forgot, but just generally as well, they've got a bunch of mental cases in charge of the war room, as I think it was called. So even the fact they've called it the war room, that should like sound alarm bells at McLaren.
I'm 10 seconds behind Bottas.
Is that the next car?
Yeah, and he's 17th.
What are you doing?
I don't know, because the last race I did on this game was online 50% race in Malaysia, and it was 100% wet, and I was actually quite quick.
Yeah, and we did wet Malaysia in our last race as well.
And I wasn't that bad, but here I'm just absolutely dreadful.
Man, I'm quite worried about the tyre life.
The only thing I'm worried about is that the AI aren't experiencing the same thing, and so we'll be able to carry on for the rest of the race. What I'm actually kind of quietly hoping for is that they don't pit,
and we have a significant advantage if
and
we
their
do
tyres
pit.
just completely fall away, and they just refuse to pit, and so we end up beating them because of that.
Yeah, that's the two possibilities I'm expecting here. Because if I'm losing loads of lap time, I'm going to pit. Because I don't want to be a train. I don't want the train behind me catching up. But I've just set a PB, so...
Nice little corner cut there, the game doesn't punish.
And I've got to make it accessible to amateurs like yourself.
This is true. Hold the phone, guys, you did a 51.
I wonder who's going to be scoring one on the fastest lap teammate challenge in this one.
If I do it, that would just be hilarious.
If you go on fresh tyres and get into the 47s, then I know it's time to pit. Hulkenberg's falling into my clutches.
This is an extremely boring race.
Yeah, not much has gone on my end, but I mean, it's not too bad. Just trying my best to save the tyres because they're like orange now already, and I've got like half the race to go still.
Is the track improving, do you think?
Doesn't look like it's raining heavy, if I'm honest,
Yeah.
but I've got like loads of spray in my face at the moment, so.
Because it's just that I'm going quicker still on this lap as well. Which could just be because I got my act together, but...
Yeah, I think it's that. I'm not setting PB, so.
Was that like a kind of compliment from you then, Carrie?
What, the fact that your current lap time is 3 seconds slower than me, and now you're finally starting to get a bit closer. No,
well,
if that's a compliment, then take it as that, because if it makes you improve, then good.
Well, I didn't, so I just went straight on to turn 1.
Oh, Neil got confident. He thought, oh, all of a sudden the fastest man was, oh, I'm off at tower. That was me impersonating you, by the way. That's not me going off the road. And they're so good at that corner. Onto the straight.
Oh god, they were there already, oh my word. Kill me now, guys, kill me now.
Well, if I pit, I'm scheduled to come out 18th, so...
LOL.
Very slow. See, that's the thing. It's slow everywhere else, except the corner that matters, which is the one going onto the straight. Oh man, I'm really worried about the tyres.
Yeah, it does look a bit hairy. Straight on to the hairpin again. I'm so good at this game.
Come on, Nico. You're meant to be overpowered.
I'm just having a complete meltdown.
Great pace. Keep this focus. You're faster than the car ahead in Sector 1. Use that advantage to get past.
Well, hopefully you're getting all your bottles out of the way for the season in one race.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just slow. I'm not making mistakes. I'm just bloody slow.
Oh my god. Hi. Said Hulkenberg as he done the undercut on me and drove away. Oh. This hurts, man. Looks like it's brightening up, but I've had no feedback at all from the engineer.
Ditto.
Oh, now I've had a lock up. That's a big one. So much so that I've actually lost. I had a 4-second gap to Cecil and I've lost the position. They're not going to last. They are not going to last.
I just can't get a power down. It's just unbelievable.
Wet tyres for next box.
I'm actually really worried as well because the AI are suffering absolutely nothing.
We're only 2 seconds behind this guy. Keep pushing. Okay, wet tyres for next box.
I think I've actually like maintained the gap to Bottas ahead of me for the first time in the entire race.
Alonso's consistency.
People are betting. Oh, that's you.
Go, go, go. Curves on exit. We're racing on the way out.
There's no way they can last that long.
Be careful not to drive over the white line when coming out of the pits or you'll get a penalty. You have no
I think someone
more
else
scheduled
went in there as well.
Look
Yeah,
on your
Grosjean
right.
by the looks of it. So what you really want to hope is that that wasn't due to a front wing change.
There's only 4 seconds gap between you and the car ahead. Keep pushing.
Meanwhile, Jules Bianchi has managed to catch up and pass both Caterhams. Fair play.
cars are still out there, up front.
So you've given up a potential points-bearing position because
Well,
you were in what, 9th?
10th.
Remember, you can move the brake balance to the rear. This may stop
Oh
the front
dear.
tyres from locking.
The Williams are both very slow. All I can rely on is, well, no doubt, fresh tyres are going to be extremely fast. It's just how many places I can gain back, really. I'm currently up to 14th again.
Yeah, my tyres will hang on to the end of the race. They won't. I mean, I'm not quick anyway, but
The gap to the car ahead
they'll
is
hang
2
on.
seconds.
So it's just how fast you can go.
Fuel is looking okay, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Fuel's running dry as well, which is amazing considering I run on the most cautious fuel setting and I'm also in the wet. Alright, Vern's going to be ridiculously slow here, so bear in mind.
Being so delicate with the throttle and it's still just revving the engine and just spinning out the wheels.
That's tyre wear as well. Well, I've just gained 3 seconds on my personal best. I should have gone in earlier.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
Well, I see 10th up the road, so
It could be a gamble well taken.
or just a good save, just save face. In a bid to cement fastest lap. Alonso may win the race, but I've got the fastest lap.
Oh, bring on Bahrain and sun. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's like you're on a different. I mean, really? Like, it was 3 seconds a lap when we had the same kind of boots on, and now you got fresh ones. It's 7 seconds a lap.
Don't forget, you're on extremely worn tyres. I've pulled an entire pit stop on these guys.
Well, yeah, but even before then, when we were on the same age tyres, you're still 3 seconds a lap quicker, and it's just I don't understand it. I'll have to analyse it when we get our videos together.
They're even
See.
slower through turn 1 now as well, because their tyre wear. We get Gutierrez here. Right, he's up to P10 again. So he has just pretty much just saved face, really, no improvement. So I think looking back at it, the right thing to do, I think, in this situation.
If maybe a couple of laps too late.
Yeah. I mean, Suttil's, well, apparently according to the timings, 3 seconds, but it looks less than that. They're coming up to the line anyway, the leaders. So relatively uneventful until the final few laps. It got a bit interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed those last few laps at least. I know I did. Fighting through that and actually going fast, because it's just so horrible just trying to creep around on worn tyres. So Alonso wins, and I actually nick a point, and I'm not very far behind, so still there. So one more lap and I would have been 9th. So, I don't know what to make of that really. Alonso got into, what was his, I want to see what his end laps were actually. Go to have a quick look. He was just consistent in the 48s from lap 5 onwards, like mid 48s. So, yeah, you're not going to beat that AI consistency there on the on tyre wear.
Well, I mean, when I had clean laps, they were relatively consistent, but I just didn't have clean laps. What an embarrassment that is for me. Jesus Christ, you pitted and were half a minute ahead of me, 40 seconds even ahead of me. That's just unbelievable.
Well, I think, like I say, I gained a pit stop back over those what 4 or 5 laps that I pitted. So even a lap earlier I went in, I would have got back up to 9th. And the only reason I lost that place to Satu in the first place was because I was struggling on the worn tyres. So okay, I think that's solid. I've maximised the situation that I was in, so I could do no more. So Alonso takes 25 points. Hamilton gets 18, and Rosberg completes the podium there for Mercedes. Red Bull still going strong as well. Vettel and Webber 4th and 5th. Massa, actually the top 7 weren't that far apart from each other, so nice close race between those lot. Kimi Raikkonen completes at 7th. Nico Hülkenberg, Mr. Overpowered, was kind of on his own at the end, even though I was kind of right on him. Should have probably nicked 8th in the end, thinking about it. Adrian Sutil, 9th, and I was not far behind completing the points. And then you got a gaggle of cars all kind of close. And Niels Lukens down in 18th, who was worst of the old teams, if you want to call it that.
Worst of the not recognised as back marker teams, let's put it.
That is a bad lap time. That's almost a full second slower than Bottas.
It's only 8 tenths quicker than Bianchi, and 7 tenths quicker than Chilton. My word, I can't get my head around that. How was that bad? Particularly as my last 100% wet race was, 100% not race distance, but with conditions, was online at Malaysia, and I did a good job. My pace was not too far off some of the fastest people on this platform. In fact, yeah, I would argue it was closer. My pace was closer to them in the wet than it was in the dry. So either they were doing a terrible job or I was doing a very good job, but I just didn't get it right this time at all. And I don't really understand that. But anyway, let's stop yapping. Let's take a look at the drivers and constructors. So Kerry, you've lost a lot of ground to Fernando, because he was second, wasn't he? Fernando, I think.
It's what I expected, really. The first 2 races were great, really. Been sent straight back down to earth though. So let's just keep our feet on the ground here. The championship is very early days, so yeah, Hamilton's up to second as well. I've lost nearly 25 full points there. I managed to nick a point at the end. Vettel's not far behind, and Rosberg's breathing down my neck as well. Webber and Raikkonen and Grosjean, Massa, Mr. Overpowered is now ahead of his teammate as well as you. Actually, you managed to split the Saubers, I think, there. But I don't know how, actually. I think you're already ahead of Gutierrez, I think.
Oh, he must have already been ahead of Gutierrez, yeah surely.
So, Gutierrez, De Resta, Sutil and Ricciardo completes the scorers. Williams still gets to get off the board, and For some reason, Bottas is still behind Bianchi, so I assume Bianchi's finished higher up somewhere in one of these races. So.
He must have, yeah. Well played him. Quick snapshot of the constructors. Ferrari taking the early lead, which is, again, all Alonso. But Massa's doing a better job this season than last season, you could argue, to be fair. So he's definitely been getting into Q3 more regularly, by the looks of it. So yeah, so they've got an early lead, but what some people might describe as the best teammate pairing on the grid, Hamilton and Rosberg and Mercedes, is getting them up into P2, which is quite good. Red Bull, you said a minute ago Red Bull could continue to be strong. I disagree. I think they're being rubbish. Just languishing in third place. That's not my Red Bull at all.
Well, they're still recovering from Melbourne, I think. And as you mentioned, the best pairing, the worst pairing, are actually doing okay in fourth at the moment. So McLaren.
And why are we the worst pairing, Kerry?
Because I've got a teammate who's not scoring any points at all.
Correct. Yes, it's nothing to do with you at all. But you know, I'm going to look forward to Bahrain, which is our next track, and I'm going to correct. I'm going to redress the balance. I'm going to put in a performance that you'll be proud of. I'm telling you now. And I'm telling all the viewers.
That's a YouTube promise.
I'm telling all the viewers. That's it. That's the way it's going to be, and it's going to be dry as well. I'm telling you. That's it.
Excellent. I'm very happy that you've committed there, because if you do fall flat on your face, which has happened a lot, then you will not live it down. So
then it will be massive lols. Whereas if I succeed and I keep to my promise and my target, then you'll just say, yeah, we should be finishing there anyway. Blah blah blah. So yeah, so it's really a no lose for you, and you could argue a no win for me. But anyway, we'll see when we get there. We'll quickly run down the rest of the constructors while we're here. Lotus are on our coattails because I'm rubbish. Sauber we're a long way clear of, and don't really care about anyone else, do we? So that's it. Me being Dennis Lukins, will see you in Bahrain, guys.
I've been KPTK92. Thank you for sticking with us in this race, and hopefully you'll stick with us for the rest of the season. As Emil said, we're at Bahrain next, so we hope you enjoy.